Hey, nobody is allowed on campus with better hair than me. That is unacceptable. I need to report this immediately. That's a shredded gentleman looking good.
Where?
Right over there.
Yeah. Well, thank you, brother. Look like somebody's giving me some competition here.
Oh, stop. I'm gonna be walking out of here blushing now.
If conversations still feel awkward and forced, it's not because you don't know what to say. It's because you're doing one thing without realizing it, okay? You're either interviewing or you're being interviewed. And both of these things come from the same reason, okay? Most people don't want to feel like they're in an interrogation room. But the good news is that there's one simple thing that you can do to make your conversations flow a lot easier. God, I wish I wore gloves. So, okay, most conversations, they just fall into this weird pattern where nobody's really leading. Okay, one person's waiting, the other person's waiting, and then the conversation just drifts. And this is where people usually start talking just to talk, okay? They'll ask questions that they don't really care about, not because they're curious, but because they don't want the conversation to die, and then it gets awkward, which inevitably only makes it more awkward, okay? This is where a lot of people get it wrong. You're not actually boring, you're just not having conversations that actually excite you, okay? And if nobody's invested in the conversation, then obviously the conversation is gonna feel a little flat, a little dragged out and safe, right? So you can bring more life to conversations by actually having more exciting conversations, by talking about things you care about.
I actually wanted to stop you about your scarf, but you have good taste in music as well too.
I was a big Guitar Hero fan.
Oh, no way.
Kid, yeah.
Could you ever play Through Fire and Flames on Expert where you like, you know what I always remember, like going to class the next day and then your hand is just like so sore, you're having like wrist problems, like trying to stretch them out.
But you have to be willing to lead the conversation and detour through Small Talk USA, right? Because a lot of people will have small talk, but like who really enjoys having small talk? They do it because it's the safe option. Okay, so in this video, I'm gonna show you 6 simple ways to make your conversations less awkward, less interviewee, and more natural, okay? This is gonna help you make more friends and also, yes, meet women as well too. Okay, so the first thing is presence. If you ain't got presence, you ain't got nothing, okay? Most people are so stuck in their heads that they're not even in the room. Next time you're out, take a look around, right? Start walking around without your phone and notice what's actually going on around you, okay? Presence clears that internal chatter. And if you can stay present like I am right now in the Bahamas when it's freezing cold outside, then you can stick out from the majority of people because most people aren't present. So start saying hi to people, acknowledging people. When you're ordering your coffee, don't just bark orders at the person like the majority of people do. Ask how their day is going. Joke with them a bit, right? Which brings me to point number 2, which is meet more people regularly. Talk to people more regularly. Most people have these boring conversations with the same people every day. They'll talk to Big Irwin from the gym, Lyle from work, or their family members. You walk past people every day you could be friends with, you could be going on dates with. It just takes you to lead the dance. Guys, this is a skill, okay? This is a skill that you can sharpen. So practice making comments to people as you're walking by, right? I like the shirt, man. Led Zeppelin, are you also into Van Halen too? Right? You see someone ordering a drink. Oh, what are you getting? I hear the espresso here is top notch, right? The third thing is stop living like a robot. Put that cookie down now. You don't want to live like a Terminator all the time, right? All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, okay? If all you do is work and work out, that's great for productivity, but you'll feel flat socially. And that same problem-solving brain doesn't translate well into conversations, especially with women. So start doing more things that light you up. Break the routine, okay? Break out of that autopilot mode. Most people are bored because they're just simply living boring lives. The fourth thing is develop genuine childlike curiosity. When you're talking to someone, actually try to understand who that person is in front of you without trying to get something from them, okay? You have nothing to prove. You don't need to win them over or impress them. Understand who they are, right? The first thing, seek first to understand, not to be understood, okay? The fifth thing is look for the spark in the eye. When you're having a conversation with someone, a lot of people won't lead out of small talk like we talked earlier about, right? So when you're talking to someone, if they're like, yeah, like I went to work and then I had a bologna sandwich for lunch and it was great, but then I got to draw and it was so much fun because I hadn't done it in a while, right? You see that childlike spark in their eyes. So talk more about that. Ask the person why they like drawing, okay? You're gonna be the next Pablo Picasso, right? Can you give me an autograph? You know, joke around a bit. And the sixth thing, guys, this might be the most important, is repel the wrong people, okay? Let me say that again. Repel the wrong people. It is better to be real from day one than to fake a personality, okay? Because eventually that mask is gonna come off. Yes, it's great to see if you have something in common, to see if you vibe with somebody, but don't try to force it, okay? Because the reality is you're not gonna vibe with everybody. You might as well be real from day one and attract the right people into your life than fake a personality, okay? If you do these things, you'll start making more friends, you'll start going on more dates, and this will change how you show up in the world, okay? So if you wanna be able to do this without overthinking any of this stuff, hit the link in my description below. We'll hop on a call and we'll figure out how you can be the most socially confident version of yourself.